But not only paid advertising campaigns can have an effect on what we prefer, but also the normal people around us, because all of us use certain products. We might have a smartphone from a certain brand, we might have t-shirts from certain brands, or we might drink a certain soda. So in a way, we are walking advertising campaigns. But does this have an effect? If we just walk past somebody who has a bottle of a particular soda standing next to him, can this have an effect on us? Well, in the study of Ferraro and colleagues published in 2009, they found evidence that it might indeed have an effect on us. All in all, they conducted 3 experiments, of which I want to introduce just the first to you. The other 2 experiments are in a way replications. And in this first experiment, 126 students were told a cover story. We will show you some pictures of people in everyday situations. So people eating or somebody sitting at a bus stop, for example. And then we ask you a few questions about these pictures. Please, because this is what we are interested in, please concentrate especially on the facial expressions of the people. Then the participants were shown these 20 images. The presentation time was about 1 to 3 seconds. And on some of these pictures, bottles of the soda brand Dasani were positioned. But it was not too obvious. For example, somebody was sitting at the bus stop waiting for the bus, and next to her on the bench was her handbag and this bottle of soda. There were 3 experimental groups. In one group, the Dasani bottle was visible 4 times. In a second group, the Dasani bottle was displayed on 12 pictures, and in a third group, this was the control group, there were no bottles at all. So of course all pictures were completely the same, but on some pictures the Dasani bottle was present and on some pictures it was removed. After seeing all these pictures, the participants were told, well, as a compensation for your participation, you can have 1 bottle of one of these brands. You can have either Dasani, but you can also have Aquafina, Deer Park or Poland Spring. And of course the question was, how many would go for Dasani? What's very interesting about this study is that the data was only analyzed for those participants who were not able to remember having seen the bottles. Of course, some of the participants, especially in the 12 presentation group, were able to remember that they had seen these bottles. About 27% in the group with 12 Dasani bottle presentations were obviously aware of this brand presentation. But all these participants were excluded from the analysis. So data were only reported for those who did not remember having seen the brand. And for those participants, it indeed turned out that the more often the Dasani bottles had been presented, the more often the participants chose this kind of soda. So for example, in the 0 presentation group, about 17% chose Dasani, whereas in the 12 presentation group, 40% of the participants chose the Dasani bottle.